Hi guys, welcome back to another Daily Tarot card. These are your Daily Tarot cards for Monday, July 25th, 2022. Today we're pulling from the Disney Alice in Wonderland Tarot cards. I just turned the fan off because oh, it's so hot here. It's 95 here, if not more. It's crazy. So we're starting off with the Knight of Flowers, and with the two of their noses, they're like trumpets, and they're saying big celebrations are on their way. They're talking about a situation that looks black and white. So they're saying just because it looks that way does not mean that that's like what it's going to be. Like it's not, there's this gray area. So it's just like you think that something is going to be a certain way and they're saying, no, it's not. So, don't sit there and write off everything off. One thing I'm learning is that I can't allow situations to affect me the way that they used to. Negatively impact me in a certain way. I did a meditation today, and it's just like, they're saying, especially with this Four of Wands here, with the double X, it's like, no, you cannot do more than you're already doing. You cannot take on any more. You need to rest and rejuvenate. You need your day to woos out. You need your day for just you. So, my Saturday is my day that I do facials, my nails, my hair, meditation, whatever is something that grounds myself, sitting outside, with the kids in the it's just too hot. Oh, the past couple of days it's just been too hot. But they're saying you need to remember what's important and what's important to you, and you got to remember yourself in this situation. My dog wants to play. Always when I film, he wants to play. He's been too hot all day to move. But we got to remember that. We got to remember to put ourselves first. He's being a little scaredy cat. We have this mystery. The mystery is the high priestess, or our high levels of thinking, right? In a seated position. But the black and white branches is what really caught my attention. And we have the Chariot as our last card. And they're saying, like, you know what I mean? There's this is what the rest and rejuvenation time is for. Is because we have this huge celebration coming up that's going to need our energy. You know what I mean? So it's like we know we go through these phases where it gets quiet. And I'm learning to enjoy the quiet, you know what I mean? And it's just like rest and rejuvenation, especially after this weekend. Oh, good Lord. I'm going to try not to complain in the wintertime about being cold no more, or the snow, because, ew. Okay, so the Knight of Flowers represents a fairy, passionate, temperamental person. One moment, he's sociable and enjoying the moment. He may be dumping rainwater over your head, chasing you out of his garden. So I feel like this is like my son's energy, where he's Cancer and Sagittarius. So it's just like he is sensitive, but he's very slick with his tongue. Take inspiration from the action-oriented nature. The Knight of Flowers is a sign of actively pursuing your interests and put meaningful momentum behind your goals. So I feel like with the mystery, as they call it, they're saying just because things look like this, and this is what I'm trying to teach my child, is just because things look like this right now, it's not going to look like this forever. I pray to God like every night, and I'm not even kidding you. Like Friday, we do mass, and we were watching Tribal Trails, and I tell you how the Lord has brought this priest into our life, and he was ministering exactly to that. And he was talking about the 7 deadly sins that we put ourselves through. It's really deep. I'm not going to get into a lot of it, but one of the sins was lies. It's the lies that are told to us from childhood that cause trauma, that we believe when we get older. And like he said, he goes, I would have reached where he is right now a lot faster if he had delved into his trauma. He goes, where does drinking and drugs and anger come from? He's like, trauma. You know what I mean? And he's like, he wished he would have went to counseling earlier. I wish that kind of counseling was out in New Brunswick, because, anyway. But you know what I mean? It was such a deep message. And I called my child down as he's preaching about other ones. And I was just like, listen to his words. And one of the things he said, do not forgive yourself for believing what others say to you. Because someone that was big in his life said things that were not kind because they were jealous and didn't like the fact that their young child at the age of 2 had such dream and aspirations. And I understand where he was coming from, but there's a way to deliver it. Like, yes, go for your dreams and aspirations. Sometimes we got to do more than one job. Look at your mom. I've always done more than one job because I was trying to make something grow and happen. You know what I mean? Find your passion. Tarot saved me in one of my darkest times. You know what I mean? So I feel like, by finding my passion is what carried me forward. I found a purpose besides my children and the Lord. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to get all preachy on anyone. I'm just saying, when we're going through difficult times, I feel like it's just like, we got to sit there and re-inspire these, individuals in our life. Re-inspire ourselves, because this is like, it's triggered me to a point where now I'm feeling a certain way. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's like re-inspire yourself, and some of it could be, the heat and all that, we're not talking clearly. So we go to the Magician. So you see how he's holding the teapot up and high? And I feel like he's toasting, like he's like maybe a reward, an accolade, maybe you win something, green, heart chakra, maybe, luck. I'm getting leprechaun energy from him. I know he's a hatter, he's not a leprechaun, but I'm getting leprechaun vibes, so maybe something financial. You're surrounded by inspiration and see the world through the unique eyes and it's time to put your perspective to good use. Funny enough, we keep talking about perspective, changing our perspective, the way we view things, and this is where we value our allies and our partners to be by our side in these times when we need that different perspective. It's time to put your perspective to good use. Embrace your creativity. There's no telling how far you will go. And that's what I keep telling my son. I'm like, just because the things that used to make you happy are making you happy, I'm like, you'll get back there again. Like you'll get back to that place again. I'm like, you're just going through something. I'm like, funny enough, the Four of Wands show up here and they were saying a deep rest and rejuvenation. I definitely feel like that's what he needs. Just a rest and rejuvenation. So it's like we're trying to, recalibrate here. So the mystery is what they call it. The mystery advises you not to take anything at face value. Dig deeper and use your intuition to discover what's really going on under the surface. Take time to consider situations from a new perspective. Here we go, a new perspective. You may discover that the challenges you're perceiving aren't truly there at all. We keep getting that. What you think is there is not there. You know what I mean? I kind of had some knockings of that this weekend. Like their words. So, I don't know. By the grace of God, hopefully that's what it is, So, we have the Four of Spears. It is clear sign that you need to rest to ensure that you're on tip-top shape for what lies ahead. Make time for self-care, relaxation, and prepare for whatever challenges and excitement you may soon be met with. You'll come out of this restful period ready for the next great adventure. So I definitely feel like, Mercury retrograde, we're getting pre Mercury retrograde energy. I'm definitely like, was feeling it last weekend. I'm sure all of us feel it that have been going through this, like, 95 plus temperatures. One area actually reached like 104. So it's just like, you know what I mean? It's like, all of us are going to be like sleeping like babies come Tuesday because that's when it's supposed to break. But it's like, we're like counting the days. It's like, oh my gosh, is it Tuesday yet? You know what I mean? So it's like the first time anyone's excited for Tuesday. But it's just like, we got to get through this. But I feel like, this rest and rejuvenation, they're highlighting August. They're showing August 17th, 13th, 17th. So something may happen there. A lot of us are getting prepared for school, like private schools, homeschooling, and some of the schools in the U.S. are getting ready to go back to school. You know what I mean? So it's just like those lost hurrahs this week and stuff like that. But you know what I mean? I definitely feel like celebrations. I see streamers, so I'm assuming birthdays. A piñata is what I'm seeing. So it looks like a young boy that has curly hair they're showing. Really cute. Tan skin. On the lighter side. But it's like celebrations. You know what I mean? That's what life's about. You know what I mean? Like, I know we're asked to do certain things in life. Work, pay bills, da-da-da-da-da. But it's like making the most in between those moments. You know what I mean? I feel like, for the most part, it's just like making the most out of work too. It's like making it fun. It doesn't feel like work. Like, we're a family. We back each other. That's the way it should be, Be accountable for your actions, I kind of got into that with IG because there was a certain situation where someone was like, they put their foot in their mouth and they're just like, they're sitting around looking who to blame. And I'm like, you know what? you need to realize that you did that to yourself and yourself alone, and now don't blame anyone else. You know what I mean? Like, so, the receipts are there, so it just kind of ticks me off that people don't hold themselves accountable. The message of the chariot is clear. Steer the course. You're the master of your own destiny. And look what she's going through. She's going through a rainstorm and looks like she's reaching for help, right? There's this song that I believe was it Tribal Chairs or Mass for Shut-ins? I know it was one of them. I want to say Mass for Shut-ins. And they're talking about this woman preparing her last meal. That's all she has left. And God sent her Elijah. And Elijah told her not to worry, for help was on the way, and before she knew it, help was on the way. And basically they were saying before she even knew there was a problem, they were sending her help. Even when we are like, what's going on here? Like, I can remember this verbatim, going through things at the beginning of the year, like in February. And, I just felt something was coming, and I'm just like, what the heck's going on here? And it's like this shift, that's why I'm just like, I try not to take situations for granted or anything like that. Like, yeah, we all vent or whatever, but it's like at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like, I always, and I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, nobody likes that kind of, I'm overly positive, and I'm just like, that's fine. I'm like, but, it could be worse. It's just sometimes you run your mouth and it's just like, you got to realize that, where you're saying it. You know what I mean? I feel like it's just, you know what I mean? A blessing is a blessing, no matter what it is. You will overcome this obstacle in your way, so long as you focus, stay confident, and keep pushing towards your goals. And I feel like this is where it's just like concentrate your energy. With me, I was like, I felt some sort of way about it because I was like, I supported you. You know what I mean? Like, me and you didn't see eye to eye on some things, that's fine. But I always was like, yeah, thank you for pushing me when I wanted to give up. And I'm like, I was trying to be there for that person. I'm like, you keep going, because it's like, you know what I mean? I saw great things for him. But, it's like when you say certain things, it's like you put eyes on yourself. And that's what they don't realize. And I even said that, before this even happened, I said this to someone else. I'm like, watch what you're saying, because people are watching. You know what I mean? So it's just like, don't go with the crowd. Just because the crowd is going a certain way doesn't mean you have to be pressured into that. I was always been different. I remember one situation, we were all called to do something, and she said, make sure you're here by hand. It's time, because we were supposed to rehearse. And I was just like, we're supposed to go. And he's just like, everyone's like, no, you're wrong. And I'm like, whatever. So I was like, can I go? And I asked for permission. They're like, yep. So I went, and the choir teacher's like, where's everyone else? And I said, they didn't believe me. So she had to go fetch them herself, and she wasn't pleased about it. They all poked fun at me, though, because I went anyway. And I was just like, whatever. You know what I mean? It's just like, you got to do what's, what you believe in. What you believe is, just like with people. I judge you for myself. People will be like, I'm like, okay, I'll keep my eyes and ears open, until I see it myself. And then I'll be like, yep, you're absolutely right. Or, maybe you're not totally right. Maybe they haven't done what I thought they were going to do. But, it's like, you got to make your own opinions. You got to do what you feel is right. You got to follow your intuition. We were told, our third eye, our clairaudience, channeled messages, channeled dreams, channeled images. Oops. Okay. Okay, Bubby. So I hope you guys enjoyed these daily tarot cards for Monday, July 25th, 2022. May the universe bless you good. If you're in a hot area with the humid X, I pray for you that you're in nice, cool weather. We'll see you for the next daily tarot card. Bye.